Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and we're going to be talking about Zilliqa, its ecosystem, why it is one of the ones to look out for in 2021. And if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get right into it. So there is a lot of talk, obviously, in the community. We speak a lot about pricing. I think we speak too much about pricing and making quick profits and, best entries and all that. But if you don't know what you're in, or you don't know what you're up to, or you're just doing things because your friend told you to, then you're gonna get into trouble because you don't understand when's the right time to be in, when's the right time to be out, and so you're always gonna back it up with your own research. I've been saying this since the channel started, and I will forever say it in every single video. One of those is understanding, for example, something like Zilliqa, its ecosystem, right? So who are the friends? Who are the people involved? Who are they collaborating with, right? So how does that work? Which companies are good people to collaborate with? Which companies are bad people to collaborate with? So, when we look at Zilliqa and we look at, the Singapore Blockchain Association, we've got OpenNodes, we've got Longdash, and the list just goes on and on of organizations that are a part of it, that are involved with it. Then you got featured collaborations like HG Exchange, Chain Security, Xfares, Aquils. Now, do you really have to know what each one of these do, how they do it, why they do it? Not really, but you gotta know a little bit about it. Unstoppable Domains is built on the Zilliqa platform. You got so many things that, Mintable.app is built on it. The stablecoin technology, the multi-sig wallet, the sound Ario, and the list just goes on and on and on of things that are already on the Zilliqa mainnet. And obviously the featured ones, Unstoppable Domains has been, fantastic for the community, and heaps of people around the world use it. And then you got the integrations, so what does the Zilliqa blockchain integrate with? It's another very important topic. So when you start to do your research, there's quite a bit, to do. It's not just straightforward, right? It's not just jumping on a Twitter account and logging on and checking out a few tweets and check out a video or two. You can spend hours upon hours researching this. Now, why research? Because it gives you a good foundation, gives you a good backbone into what you're up to and what you're investing in, so that you have confidence on weeks and months like we've had, that you're in a solid project. Zilpay, do you know it? Do you understand it? Do you understand how it works? How you can explore their decentralized applications, buy, send, spend, swap tokens, the features. You gotta understand this stuff, right? Because you put in your money, you putting your money into these coins, and you want to have a good indication. Now, FX Street talked about Zil needs to recover above crucial support for a 40% upswing. I like, when, they give these type of formations, these type of things that they speak about. And we've had a move, so that's for sure. So we will definitely touch base on that in a moment. So Zilliqa is building a core framework for future to test updates. So in a couple of days ago, they spoke about how they're building more core frameworks to test future updates, so not impacting the mainnet and what's going on there, but just building little blockchains to test features that they want to roll out in the future. So very exciting. It is an extremely active organization with many projects on the go. A fantastic team of people behind the scenes and in front, and some very clever marketing as well. So that's why it's one of those things that Zilliqa gives me that confidence in the future, that it is one of those that I believe will be here to stay for a long time. Now, when we look at ecosystems and we look at what they're building and what they're up to, it looks very impressive already, and it will be one of those that this ecosystem looks like this today, but when we move into 2022 and 2023, some people are saying that they're even willing to hold it until 2025. What is that? How does the world look like then? So a lot of people are banking on Zilliqa being one of those that will be here to stay for many years to come. And so I can see, with this type of ecosystem that they already got, and it's only getting better and better. But I like things like this because it just puts it into perspective. We spoke about this particular tweet and this particular chart formation. You know, we're good. You know, like it's going to be a really, really solid end of the year for Zilliqa. The Zilliqa sessions with co-founder Amrit Kumar, you know, discussing Zilliqa with co-founder. You know, this was a fantastic channel that took place and a great interview that took place. So make sure that you do check it out, because he does really drop some really, really clever nuggets in that interview. When we look at the gas consumed on the Zilliqa network, gas consumption on chain during this period has increased by 100%. 100x, and dynamic gas prices has remained at default gas price and has not spiked up yet. So look at that volume, fantastic to see. When we look at why it happened, and you know the reasons for the spike, you know, launch of the non-constitutional node. Then we look at the liquidity mining on ZilSwap, high volume from pancake portals, and you know, so it's justifiable each step of the way why it's grown and how it's grown. So very, very exciting to see how this is all coming along. Let's have a look into Atani from some indicators. What can we expect? So as we begin to look at the the indicators and the charts, what we can tell is that this is on the 12-hour, right? So on the 12-hour, when we went low, we went outside of the Bollinger Band, which is really, really interesting. And you can see that the gap there was quite a bit compared to the MACD. Now the RSI actually went beyond oversold. So it went over the oversold. So it's very, very interesting to see that. Now when we look at the daily chart, it was even that outside of the Bollinger Band. But on the RSI, it hit the bottom of the RSI perfectly, and then it bounced up. So we've had that volume increase. We've got 3.76% up for today. Across almost 5 cents, 8 at the moment. Now when we look at the hourly chart, what sort of picture does that tell us? We were outside of the Bollinger, we're back inside now. With the hourly. When we look at the 4-hour, the 4-hour's got a massive gap at the moment, because it went from 52 and went all the way to 58, and now we're just touching 57. So very, very interesting from that perspective. And overall, when we look at where we're going and how we're going to get there from a chart perspective, from a numbers perspective, it's really, really interesting. When we look at it, there's very, very strong support at the moment. From a 6 hour perspective. At the hourly, of course, we're just touching down again now, but we had some very, very strong volume on the 12-hour. Very big momentum. We are in 6 cents territory at the moment. We were in the 5 cents. Not that long ago today. We were there, but we were as low as 5. Almost dipped into 4 cents territory. Barely made it. But on the daily, what's really, really fascinating is that the daily chart did go under the RSI just slightly, and now it's back up. So very, very fascinating. Let's look at some drawings and what they tell us. So have we hit the bottom, right? So that's probably the big question. I don't think we've hit the bottom just yet. This could be a fake out. We do need to be patient. We've seen this time and time again where we get too excited too early and potentially we go down again. But I think from here, though, once we do find the bottom, we will be heading towards the 10 cents territory. Then we need to go 15 cents. At the 23 cents, there will be, quite a huge amount of resistance. But once we break out of 30 and be in uncharted waters, it's going to get really, really exciting. Do I think that the future looks bright? Yes, I do think that the future looks bright for Zilliqa. And I think there will be some big goals that are going to be hit. I've shown this chart before. I don't think we're going to go anywhere near that in 2022. But I do think $1.50 is more than possible. And it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I just want to call it how it is. And I think there is some huge opportunities. And I think $1.50 next year is possible. But obviously, always do your own research. Back it up with lots of things. Wave 3 will be a 30 cents to 46 cents move. And then from there we will look at how we're performing and then move across. But future looks bright for the Zilliqa network and for what Zilliqa is looking to achieve. The charts have been steady. Patience as always. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe as always. Thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.